So this is a Bailey Pageant Majestic, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. So at this point, on the outside of the van, you'd have your power lead connected. Inside the main door, to the left-hand side, you've got a control panel just here with your voltmeter across the top, and when you've got your power on, that will show the battery level that's in the battery, as you can see. Coming up to 12 volts at the moment. To run your water pump, you've got your water pump run just here, and I'll go through that in more detail in a moment. To operate the fridge, which is what we're going to come to first, open the door up, it says. And then you've got your control panel just here, which has got gas, mains, or 12 volt supply. So the 12 volt is only when you're towing. 240 mains if you've got a power supply on site, and you control the temperature on electric on this dial on the left hand side. So ignite the fridge on gas, you put it onto gas, and you'll press in the gas button on this side, and as you can see, when it ignites on gas, this little red lever here will come round onto gas. Oh, this little red line here will come into the green to say it's ignited on gas. If it's in the white at the bottom, then it will have not ignited on gas, and you'll need to try and reignite and make sure you have gas in the bottle. If the bottle has got gas in it, but there's no gas coming through to the fridge itself and it's not igniting, what I would advise you do is go to the hob, ignite the hob, and get the hob bled on gas first. Once you have gas through to the hob, you'll have gas to all the rest of the components on board the van. 12 volt, as I said, if you're towing and you connect it to the car, you can put it on 12 volt and the fridge will work as a cool box as you're towing down the road. To fill the water system, underneath the seat on the far side of the caravan, you will actually see a little yellow valve just there behind that blue pipe. At the moment, while it's parallel with the floor, you'll be able to fill the water system, and if you lifted that valve so it's pointing upright, it would actually drain the water system down on board the caravan. To fill it, like I said, you'd have it parallel with the floor, with your water pump connected on the outside and your aqua roll. Then what you do is come over to each tap on board the caravan, take the plugs out, as I'm sure you can probably appreciate, and then on the tap you'll open it on the hot side, as you can see here, and you'll do the same with the shower in the bathroom. Well, saying that, the shower tap in the bathroom, because the shower pulls out from here, as you can see. So you'd open that tap up on the hot side as well, so you can bleed the water system. Once you've done that, you can go over to the control panel by the door and turn the water pump on. At that point, it will start filling the water system on board the caravan, as long as you've got the aqua roll connected. And once the water system is full, the water will run continuously out the tap. Again, at the moment you can see it's not doing that, but it will run continuously out the tap. It will spit and splatter to start with, but you need to make sure both taps have water coming out completely. When you're at that point, you can turn off each tap in the caravan, and then you can start warming your water on board the van. Now, down below the seat on the far side of the caravan, you have these two control panels just here. The bottom one is your water heater on electric, so that will be a preset temperature of around 35 to 40 degrees. That will take half an hour or so to warm up, as I'm sure you can probably appreciate again, with it being cold water that's going into the van. And then if you want to run the water heater on gas, you can spin this dial around to the gas symbol just here. And as you can see, a green light has appeared just here behind the 70. Now, what you can do on the gases that you can't do on the electric side is control the temperature of the water. So this dial here, wherever the green light is, as you can see, it's now at 40, and it's now at 30. The red light has appeared. To turn the gas bottle off after demonstrating the fridge. So as you can see, it is now failed to ignite. And again, if it ever does that, just bleed it off on the hob and just reignite on the switch just here. With what we do advise is, if you want to boost the water heating on electric when you're out and about with the van, we do advise you use it on gas and set it to around 50 or 60 for when you're showering. You can obviously use the mixer tap to control the water temperature. If you want to use the heating on board the van, very simple to do. Put the power switch on just here, which will put power to this control switch above. So this bottom one is the power for this switch here, basically an isolated switch. Now, depending on what site you're on, you'll have either 500, 1000 or 2000 watts of power available. If you've got 500 watts of power available, you'll put it onto the 500. You did see briefly there the green light appear there, just to say it come on. Normally that light would stay on, but at the moment, like I said, we've not got mains lead connected to the van. Once it's on, you can control the temperature between 1 and 9 on the heater. Like I said, here on site we can only use 500 watts, that's what we're using at the moment, but if you're on a site with more power, you'd preset it to the most relevant power supply. The only way you'd know what power supply you could use is by asking the site you're on. Turn the heater off with electric, turn it back to the 0 in the centre, and that will turn the heating back off. And if you want to make sure it's off completely, just push the switch back in here, and that'll isolate the heater itself. Now with the heater, you can use blown air. So on this dial on the left hand side, you've got the dot here which indicates the heat's going to come out the front of the heater. But if you want to use continuous blown air, you can put it onto the wave symbol on this side, which as I said will continuously blow the air out the vents around the van, them little white holes that you see. Then if you're on blown air, you can control the fan speed on top here. And if you want to go onto automatic blown air, so it cuts in and out with a thermostat essentially, you can put it on the A here. And it'll only cut it in and out when you need it. To use the heater on gas, we don't advise you do that overnight, but you can use the dial here. You turn it round between 10 and 9, or 9 and 10, hold down the gas valve, and it will ignite on gas. You'll have a pilot light in this window here around a 45-degree angle. Once it's ignited, you can slowly release the gas valve, and then control the temperature on gas on the dial above. Cooker, fairly self-explanatory, works like your household. You do need to hold in the gas valves on each one just to get the thermocouple warmed up. On top of the toilet, you've got the pump flush just here. And at the bottom, arse, you've got the pump flush on top, and then you've got your waste flap just down here.